friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the Mahadasha of planet Rahu. After understanding all the deeper nuances of the Saturn Dasha, now we'll try to study and approach Rahu Dasha on the same lens, from the same parameters. Because friends, this video is not about that I will be telling you that in the Rahu Dasha you can be rich, in the Rahu Dasha you can be a scientist, or within the Rahu Mahadasha in this specific Antardasha you can suddenly win a lottery. It's not about that. I always say that there is a Hindi word, right, for the planet which we call as Graha. That in itself means what grasp you. And the planetary grip over our life is strongest when it gets active in our dasha. Friends, you would not be realizing the scale, the extent to which your dasha lord is controlling your life right now. Your thought process, your relationship choices, your career choices. In certain cases, I have seen once people, their dasha changes, their planetary time period Mahadasha changes, some of them relocate as well. And they transition from the environment, livelihood they were living in, and the new place where they transition. Somehow you will see the synchronicity of the planetary dasha which these people have started. So that is the only reason, friends, understanding the lessons which that Mahadasha is trying to teach us becomes very important. And again, friends, here we are talking about planet Rahu. There is no debate about the fame potential, wealth potential of the Rahu, and the simple reason for that is because Rahu somehow represents the mass consciousness. Rahu represents that versatile energy which we are not accustomed to seeing, something which is very unique, something which is very innovative. And because it has a say over the mass consciousness, these people somehow able to outgrow their prevailing circumstances. In certain cases it has been seen, like people who are born with the prominence of Rahu. These are the people who are born with a special destiny. So in their past generations, what their ancestors combined would not have achieved, this single person in one lifetime is able to achieve much more than that. All of that happens because of the Rahu. But just because, friends, Rahu has a say over clouding our judgment, creating lot of the illusion. So because of which, knowing the lessons which life is trying to teach us, Rahu Dasha has come to teach us. If you know that in advance, you can actually extract much more in the time period of Rahu. So okay friends, now after this we will switch to the narration part of understanding the results of the and the lessons which comes in our life in the Mahadasha of Rahu. In classical Jyotish, Rahu is not treated like a planet with a single predictable nature. This is what makes Rahu very difficult to comprehend. People who are like about to start the Rahu Dasha, or people who have Rahu as a defining prominent planet in their chart, somehow the life events tend to remain very unpredictable because it behaves like a shadow graha that amplifies, distort, accelerate and test Dharma through desire. Across classics and parampara lineage commentaries, the consistent idea is Rahu gives suddenness, event that feel out of syllabus, out of planning. Rahu gives results strongly through the house it occupies, its dispositor like the sign lord, planets influencing it through conjunction, through aspect, its nakshatra lord, and in certain cases like Arudha, which is a typical Gemini like flavors and all, we will talk about that. So friends, in Brihat Prashar Hora Shastra tradition, notes are frequently read via their dispositor and association. And in practice, many paramparas, many lineage emphasize Rahu's tendency to deliver the karma of obsession, where the soul learns discrimination. Now comes the question, friends, what could be the purpose of Rahu Mahadasha? If you would have noticed, this whole playlist has been packaged and labeled by me as the learnings, right? So the purpose of Rahu Mahadasha can be attached as it is the karma of desire, identity, like redefining someone's identity and perception. The most amazing part of Rahu is whatsoever you would have planned, it might happen completely out of your range, your vision, your planning, or your boundaries. So, friends, Rahu periods often bring identity upgrades, like emerging as a new person, new social circle, new brand, foreign or unconventional pathways, like outsider kind of advantage, technological mass influence themes, breaking old karmic ceilings, but with temptation to break dharma too. So, friends, the very first is when your Mahadasha starts, because the very first Antardasha is going to be of the same planet. So, obviously, as per the Vimshotri Dasha sequence, you start the Rahu Mahadasha after the Mars Mahadasha, right? So, you will definitely see some sort of transition in the life, because Mars Dasha has got more to do with the action, it has more to do with the discipline, and in certain cases conflicts, brothers, all these somehow plays a very integral role. The minute you start the Rahu Mahadasha, we say that, like a lot of the people have said this thing to me, that when the Rahu Mahadasha started, this actually started taking more interest in the technology, because these days you cannot ignore, overlook that how strongly our lives are intermingled or intertwined with the technology. Because see, the thing is, Mars Mahadasha has got more to do with the physicality, and with Rahu it has got more to do with the mental faculties. So it has been generally seen people who were like more into like gymming, sporting events, or this could be marathon, and this could be like gardening, agriculture, these kind of things. And once they transition into the Rahu Mahadasha, obviously we have to take into consideration the overall strength and dignity of the Rahu in the chart, but somehow foreign things and innovation suddenly not finding resonance or finding contentment in your like current circumstances or situation. In many times, in many cases, this has to do with like re-innovating yourself, not being very happy, satisfied with your look, and trying to experiment with that. So all these things start happening. So the more the Mars Dasha is stabilizing, Rahu Mahadasha, the minute it starts, all these illusion, all these fantasies, obsession, desire for becoming something else start happening. So friends, the very first Antardasha of Rahu, like Rahu Mahadasha, first Antardasha is of the same planet, Rahu, right? Many astrologers say this thing, that the same Mahadasha, Antardasha period tend to remain very monotonous. Not much changes happen. See, this dictum could be valid for other planets, but not with Rahu for sure. So the general theme which has been seen, that this is the time of the identity overhaul, obsession peaks, and a karmic new chapter. So again friends, the way I mentioned, this video, this discussion is more in the lines of the lessons which you need to learn, which you need to imbibe. So I would say that if you are about to finish your Mars Mahadasha, you are just on the verge of entering into the Rahu Mahadasha, so I would say that meditation is very important. Being observant of the flow of the life, of the thoughts which are coming to you, is very important, because you do not want to suddenly startle everyone and suddenly start gambling with your life. Because again, with discipline and as a spectator of your thoughts, a lot of the illusion of the Rahu can be handled, can be tamed. So yes, this is going to be the time when there is going to be new cravings, new circle, new ambition. There might be high susceptibility to illusion or impulse decision. And the best use which you can do is that write new life blueprint, clean habits, and avoid shortcuts. So yes friends, that is all what I can say. How you can utilize this sub period. See, the thing is, if God has given to you this much long period of Rahu Mahadasha, it has come in that specific stage of your life. That means the life, consciousness, the flow of the life wants you to evolve. It wants you to change. So don't create any resistance in the face of whatever life is doing for you. And again friends, the beauty of Rahu Mahadasha is that we say that all the Antardasha have got their own agenda, right? But with Saturn makes us work hard for it. It is not an exaggeration, and I'm so sorry for using this language, but sometimes it makes us beg, like even be on our knees and rub our nose on the ground to make things happen. But with Rahu, it's not that difficult. Like all that change, transition which might be happening, it starts happening in a very sudden way, unpredictable way. And the chapters which we have already discussed so far, if you come to this conclusion that, let's say for example, your Rahu is placed in the Upachya Bhava, it is in a Mercury sign, and the dispositor is also in a strengthened state, then that means you do not have to worry. If suddenly major changes are happening, your life is turning around, don't create resistance. It is for your good. But yes, if let's say for example your Rahu is placed in Scorpio Lord Mars is also afflicted in the chart, even the Rahu and its dispositor is in a 6-8 relation, Shadashtak kind of combination in terms of their placement in the chart, then you have to be very careful. The thoughts which are coming to you, the push or the pull of the life, if it is happening in a specific direction, is it meant for you or not? Then you have to give it a thought. Now friends, let's move forward. Rahu-Jupiter. So within the Mahadasha of the Rahu, the Jupiter Antardasha comes, right? So the general theme of this period has been seen as where we say your morals, your values get tested, your ideology somehow goes through transition. It becomes very, very realistic, very practical. So not like typical Jupiterian style where we say it's all like idols. It has all to do with the blessing and grace. Rahu is more of giving it a structure where there is going to be some material benefit of it. Like a lot of the times it has been seen, this is a period where even some of those scholarly people who never thought that they will start in a modern day and age, that they will start teaching or charging for their knowledge, for their discourses, but in the Rahu Jupiter somehow they get convinced of this, adding the commercial flavors to the real, authentic, credible knowledge as well. So the general theme is, it hovers around ideology, dharma test, teachers, guru. In certain cases, a foreign culture, foreign guru, foreign teaching enters your life. The wealth expansion potential is very strong in the Rahu Mahadasha and Jupiter Antardasha. So friends, it can bring rise new form of education, marriage prospects, international growth. The pitfall in this period could be believing your own hype, like that false certainty. And the best use of this Antardasha is choose ethical mentors, formalize knowledge, and avoid the dogma. So the way friends, this whole discussion is about the lessons, right? So in the Rahu Jupiter period, generally the lessons which come, see again the way I mentioned this thing, just because the principle of this school is Rahu, right? Jupiter is the subordinate. It's not like that within the Jupiter Mahadasha Rahu Antar has come. It is in the Rahu Mahadasha the Jupiter Antar has come. So generally it has been seen that if there is certain level of ethics, morals in the plans and vision of the native, Jupiter gives many lucky breaks. So we cannot overlook this fact that even certain times, even all the gangster and the mafias, like the way there is that cartel, it's not Pablo Escobar, there is another person as well, and he escaped the prison so many times, his other narcotics and the cartel members, how many tunnels they made for him. And I guess even within the Indian Mumbai underworld, there was this gangster and the investigative team. So many times it happened that when they reach to raid, and it was a foolproof plan, and they found that the person they are going to catch he just escaped couple of minutes back. In certain cases, they even found the raiding parties and the investigative authorities, when they reached there to catch him, to nab him, they even found a burning cigarette. That means he was so lucky he escaped few minutes before. So the Rahu Jupiter is just like that. See friends, the Guru never leave its goodness. It also gets debated, if a Jupiter is debilitated, will the aspect of a debilitated Jupiter be good? It is still going to be good. Guru or teacher will never leave its goodness. So I mean to say, in certain cases, again, your morals, your ethics of Rahu is open to its dispositor's placement, that the vision and the growth is being conducted, executed with which intention. But it is for sure that Jupiter will keep on giving lucky breaks. Jupiter will keep on bringing many opportunities. So yes friends, the lessons and the learning which comes in this period are somehow very I would say very optimistic. They are like very growth oriented in the Rahu Jupiter. Now comes the question friends, like let's move to the Rahu Mahadasha and the Saturn Antardasha. So the theme of this period is, it has more to do with the responsibility, endurance and slow power building. We generally say that whether it's the Saturn Mahadasha and the Rahu Antar, or the Rahu Mahadasha Saturn Antar, this is a period which is for sure, it is very karmic. The best part about this is that Rahu has the vision and Saturn brings the structure. Like what was happening before, with the vision of Rahu, Jupiter was bringing the opportunities. But Jupiter does not have much of the say, or Jupiter cannot do as efficient as a good job when it comes down to building a structure which Saturn can perform. So it has been generally seen like many big businesses which have laid foundation. It happened in the Rahu-Saturn period, and in certain cases like big funding which came from the politicians. Like obviously in the modern day and age, if any business is thriving, flourishing, it is bound to be intertwined with the political nexus, political alliance, political support as well, right? And in the Rahu-Saturn period, people who grow out of the bond because of the political connection, political support, mass support. So this is a good period in that regard. And generally friends, it has been seen public plays a very significant role. Like this could be a case that if let's say for example Rahu Saturn, they are in a 6-8 combination, Mahadasha Antardasha Lord, the dispositor is not in a good state of Rahu, and the overall theme is about to, or like it's destined to bring destruction and chaos, then that could be a different case, like where politicians and businesses they get entangled into the scandal, any government policy comes in the way which ruins their business, or they go out of the like demand and all. So that is the negative side. But in most of the cases, if Rahu is working on a higher octane, native is working with a vision, Saturn Antardasha brings a lot of the political support, mass support, and the native end up laying foundation with a proper structure. So in this way, I would say Rahu Saturn is a very extreme, it's a very extreme kind of period. So rewards or punishment are at its extreme in the Rahu Saturn. So I cannot say that it is good or bad. All what I can say, the lesson in this period is, first of all, it is a period which will give you a chance to settle down or reconcile your pending karmas in this period. So if the punishment is coming, accept it with folded hands, and if the rewards are coming to you, because see, the thing is, in Rahu Saturn there is a high chance that life bestows someone with big responsibilities. So for example, if I'm a freelance person, I'm responsible only for my own. But let's say for example, I have a big industry and I give salary to 200 people, 2000 people, then I'm responsible for them. My wrong choices, my wrong decision, my business failure will affect the household of other people as well. So Rahu Saturn is a very, very, I would say it's a very extreme period, whether for good in terms of rewards or bad in terms of punishment. Again, friends, many businesses collapse in this period where the business owner gets imprisoned. Like in some of the cases in India, it has been case where someone like the only name which comes to my mind is of Vijay Mallya. So like these kind of cases where you have to, like, the whole governing and the government agencies are after you, and you have to evade, you have to run away from the country, leaving behind all the businesses. So that could also happen. It's a very karmic period. Whatever is happening, you have earned it, you have sown seeds of it, and you cannot fight with it. You cannot fight with it. Much better with folded hands accept whatever is coming to you. And again, lastly, friends, this is also a period of time when many people find their true life purpose. You will not be given access to your life purpose as stronger, as visible in this period. Rahu-Saturn is a time period where it has been generally seen people, what they were meant to do, they get their hands on in this phase. Now, friends, so yeah, all what I can say, the Rahu-Saturn, it has more to do with the responsibility, endurance, slow power building, the career consolidation. This is a career consolidation phase, long-term structure, major karmic payments. Pitfall could be, we have talked about, loneliness, fear, rigidity, burnout. The best use of this period is, like, there has to be a proper system in place, discipline, service oriented mindset, and, like, having that vision for big things, and committed to the long projects. Now, friends, now comes the Rahu-Mercury. So Rahu-Mercury is a very supportive time period, especially if you are in an intellectual field, because the governing theme of this period is about, like, it can give success to people who are in media, business, negotiation, marketing, skill leverage. So it is very like supportive time for the content creator, like people who are engaged in trading, writing, networking, tech. What you have to be like watchful of is manipulation, anxiety, over analysis, ethical gray zones. The best use is, like we say, that transparent communication is important, documented processes are important. See, friends, the thing is, Mercury is something which is very close to our understanding in the life. All the information which are coming to us, all the emotions which are, like, which the phases of the moon is making us feel and behave, how we break it down in terms of the information, assimilation of the information, that is Mercury. And again, friends, Rahu Mercury is a typical combination if whatever is happening right now with AI, advancement of AI, like, imagine all the machining, how could it be so intelligent? Its processing speed, its compilation of data, its extract, gone those days when we just used to put our, like, options in the Google. Now we ask the suggestion from AI, right? And that is a typical blend of Rahu Mercury. So generally it has been seen that because of the intelligence of the native can go very famous, or you might get your hands on something which is very new in the market, new in the industry. And this is also the time when people capitalize on their connections as well. Your speech tend to remain very conjuring, very mesmerizing. So yes, friends, Rahu Mercury. And I would say that, see, within the Mahadasha of Rahu, which has come in your life to create future karma, to redefine your personality, your identity. So it's like, the missing pieces of puzzle. Jupiter was bringing opportunity, Saturn was laying structure to it, now Mercury is bringing intelligence to it, how to operate. So whatever new things which happens in your life during this time, whatever opportunities come to you during this time, expansion, scaling up, growth which happens, generally it has been seen that people manage their resources well. They take very intelligent decision in this period of time. So this is, if I were to say, one of the best phase in the Rahu Mahadasha. Now, friends, comes the Rahu-Ketu. Now this is the most sensitive period, because within the Mahadasha of the Rahu, when the Ketu Antardasha comes, see, you have to understand Rahu-Ketu period. And again, that is the reason I say astrology is a very spiritual science. If you are a person who's very impatient, you get overly attached, then you are not getting benefited because of astrology, right? Because of all of the knowledge of this divine science. I mean to say, Rahu is all about creating new. And when it comes down to Ketu, Ketu cuts. And Ketu is not open to negotiation. Ketu does not even give you a chance to plan. See, imagine one thing is that, all of that, so many of the, in the war-mongering countries, I have listened to the interviews of people where one country issue a notice that okay, there is a threat, and attack can happen anytime, leave the country as soon as possible. So again, when Rahu Ketu time period is operating in someone's life, it's not like that you get a notification that hey, in the next 36 hours plan and evacuate because there might be something. Ketu is like sudden doorbell happens and okay, you have to evacuate right in next couple of minutes. So this is what the time period is, and this is what makes it extreme. And those who are spiritual, those who have that intuitive divine intelligence, they sail with it. They know that the flow of the life is intelligent. Whatever is coming to me, whatever is happening to me, it is a part of a bigger plan. But those who are emotionally vulnerable, sensitive, they make a fuss out of it. They get attached, they cry, they complain, and they by themselves start creating problem in the flow of the life. And that is what I'm saying, especially for those who have a strong benefic kind of Rahu, where life knows what is good for you, what is better for you. So yes friends, Rahu Ketu period, because Rahu wants to create new and Ketu wants to cut which has outlived its purpose in your life. And again, with Ketu, if this axis in your chart is in a houses which involves living signification, for example, 1st and 7th, oh my goodness, if it is 11th and 5th, 4th and 10th, 3rd and 9th, where the chief living signification are involved, like 5th house progeny, 7th house spouse, 4th house mother, 11th house siblings. So yes, it happens in a very sudden kind of way. Now again, it has nothing to do with harming someone in your life or taking the life of someone in your life. No, it's not like that. It's not what I meant. But yes, the separation happens in a very sudden kind of way. So the theme is sudden detachment, fated closure, and spiritual shock. See, the relationship or identities may dissolve quickly if misaligned. It has been generally seen. And we say that what could be the pitfall, right? So meaning crisis, I don't care kind of approach, mindset. So the best use in this time period is, I would say that don't create any hurdle. This is the highly karmic time period. People say the same for Rahu-Saturn. Let me assure you friends, in the Rahu-Saturn period, I have seen people laying foundation to big businesses, getting their hands on their life purpose, their life calling. Their life becomes so meaningful because before that it was very ordinary, very bland, and Rahu-Saturn gave them the life purpose. So don't, don't judge Rahu-Saturn, but be well prepared for Rahu-Ketu, and surrender is required in the Rahu-Ketu. Whatever is happening, it's like observe your flow of the life as a third person, that I'm not a part of it. I'm being governed by the life. I don't control life. So yeah, the best use is retreat, reflection, simplify, spiritual practice. Friends, now comes the Rahu-Venus. So yeah, this is a period where we say that magnetism, luxury, relationship, desire, karma. And see friends, the thing is, out of all the planets, the thing is, it's the Mars. It's the Mars, because Venus has got bad reputation that Venus is all about unconditional love. Venus can actually, to an extent, can make you romantic. It can actually make you appreciator of the fine beautiful things. The concern is with the Mars, because Mars is a physical planet. So for example, if Rahu is in the Aries and the dispositor of Aries, Mars is strengthened in its Scorpio, it's strengthened in the Capricorn. So in certain cases, the physicality, like where people abuse their body too much in the Rahu Venus. So again, for that to happen, Mars has to be a part of it. Now it can happen in many combination. I cannot explain all the combination over here. I'm sure you're smart enough to interpret that. So if Mars is not involved in the Rahu Venus, there will be love, there will be luxury, there will be obsession for the love, there will be obsession for the luxury. If Mars is involved, then the abuse part will come, like overindulgence in sexual acts, like experimenting with different things when it comes down to sex. Like people start using pills and other things, multiple relationship, experimenting with things, because the body is involved now. So yes, but individually, again I want to make it very clear, individually Rahu Venus could be the most, like where we say love, luxury, magnetism, desires, fulfillment happens. There's a potential and possibility of that. And again, with Venus, all those like actors, celebrities who suddenly become overnight sensation, overnight celebrity, suddenly go viral, all of that is possible. So the theme of the Rahu Venus is magnetism, luxury, relationship, desire karma. It can bring love, attraction, aesthetic success, popularity, comfort. The pitfall could be indulgence, I mentioned, if Mars is a part of it, value confusion, pleasure as escape. And the best use of the Rahu Venus is, we say that boundaries is important. Art and devotion as a release works best. And we say that be consciously aware in the boundaries when it comes down to the pleasure. Now friends, comes the Rahu and the Sun. Now this is a difficult time period, Rahu Mahadasha and the Sun Antardasha, because we generally say, see, the thing is, your authority is at stake, your reputation is at stake, your father, government, is at stake, your relationship with all these entities, and the leadership test, because Rahu never follows any code of conduct. And we say that there's that level of audacity attached with Rahu, that degree and level of confidence, vision. So Rahu does not follow any protocol. To be honest, Rahu does not follow any protocol. It is like a typical renegade and outlaw. So we generally say that the good part of this combination is that public visibility rises. There might be ego clashes which might be possible. See, the thing is, Rahu can give you fame, but the fame will come with some level of compromise of the ethics, compromise of the values. See friends, Rahu can help someone win everything, but it's not like that behind your back people are respecting you as well. The domain of the respect is purely, completely attached with Saturn. It is purely attached with, like we say, Sun as well, right? Because Sun is like, all that entitlement comes from the planet Sun, that royal lineage, royal blood, that flavors comes, those birth happens because of the Sun. With Mars, your warrior mindset, your protective mindset, your discipline, your loyalty gets appreciated. Jupiter is ethics. Saturn is like, obviously you're giving to the society, you're giving back to the society, doing things unconditionally for the community. Rahu, I don't feel that Rahu will be respected behind the back. Yes, you will end up achieving everything, but there have been those instances. I remember, I guess that was the movie Gladiator, where Phoenix, he did the role, that Phoenix guy, he did the role in the movie Gladiator, that why I'm not happy, I'm not contented, where we say that you usurped something which do not belong to you, but still people still don't respect you. So with Rahu, again, see, it all comes down to the credibility and the dignity of the Rahu in the chart. So if you will gain anything because of the bad karma, so we know that the result of that, right? If you make money through wrong means, through hurting, harming, so there is karma attached to that money as well, right? So that money generally goes in the same way, either to paying to the doctors in a form of disease, or in a form of paying to lawyers, through getting entanglement into certain things. So yeah, that is the reason in most of the description in Hindi, there is a term as Shubh Labh. The auspiciousness is very important. So yes friends, Rahu Sun period, again there will be visibility. People who talk about only fame, it comes, but with a question mark, with scandals, ego clashes, conflict with the authority. So the best use of this period is lead with humility, protect your reputation, and act clean. This is what this period teaches us. Now friends, comes the Rahu Moon. So friends, in the Rahu Moon time period, the whole life fluctuate, because the thing is, Rahu is a foreign element, and now it is, and Rahu loves to torture, and we say that to torment luminaries. Rahu loves to torment luminaries, both sun and the moon. So and this is very destabilizing kind of time period. So we say that moon, which governs your mind, your home, belongingness. So there is going to be a lot of the emotional tides, where we say that because see, again, it's not the Mahadasha of the moon, right? Moon is not in control. Moon is the subordinate. So friends, a lot is dependent on the dignity of the moon. So for example, if the person is born around the new moon, or like it's the Gandant nakshatra in which moon is placed, it is placed in the 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, already conjunct with Saturn in the chart, like prone to anxiety, depression, stress, then this Rahu can actually take complete control over the moon and impacting, influencing the whole life of the native. And again friends, we say that like a lot of the allegations, and here I'm talking about false allegation, where you could be a victim of situation. So this can happen, and in certain cases where just because you are restless, people end up taking wrong decision. It's not like that there is actual problem in the marriage. You are perceiving it and seeing only the faults in the marriage, and you end up filing divorce. So all the wrong decision which we take under external influence, wrong influence. So this could be one such time. So again friends, I'm an astrologer. My objective always is to assess the time which a person is running. There is a word in Hindi we use, समय कैसा चल रहा है. So if I were to describe, Rahu Moon and Saturn Moon are the worst. Just the minute I open the chart and I see the dasha sequence, I come to this conclusion that the person is a victim of bad time. बुरा समय चल रहा है. So Rahu Moon is that such kind of alignment, where we say in certain cases, like for example, if this period comes and someone is a teenager, like 14-year-old, 15-year-old, and oh my god, so many parents, they have booked their reading with me. Nipun, my son was such a bright student, and now I do not know from where he got the habit of smoking, drinking, or being in a bad company. And in certain cases, like even like some of the females, they have booked their reading and they are overly concerned about their teenage daughters, like where so many things you can imagine. So it generally happens. So again, see, a lot is dependent on when you are doing a reading for someone, doing the assessment. So you have to take into consideration everything. What society, part of society this person belongs, what is the age group in which this bura samay, bad time, this period has come. So yes, obviously if like the overall like Rahu is in a bad dignity and the Rahu Moon period comes, and that too when you are a teenager, you are impressionable, you are gullible, so then this can actually make you take wrong decision. And some sort of like we say remedies, parental guidance, all of that will be very much important. So yes friends, the general theme of this period is mind, like it influences your mind, your home, sense of belongingness, emotional tides. And again, see, the thing is, I'm not denying that the possession, spirit possession, these things happen. I'm not denying that all that evil possession happens. But in most of the cases, like if I were to say out of 100, 40% of the times it's the actual case of evil eye, evil possession, and rest of the times it's just the illusion. Like the person has this mental kind of fear, phobia, that he's being stalked, he's he or she is being followed, or someone has done some black magic on me. But yes, it happens, but in most of the times it's the illusion of that. So the way I mentioned, 30% of the times people who become a victim of the black magic, 30% of the times it happens in real, but most of the times it's just the paranoia and the psychological concerns. So yes friends, this is a period where you need a strong need for security, family, home. Generally the family or the home shift also happens a lot in this period. And the pitfall of this period is anxiety, mood swing, dependency kind of pattern, where you know that you are in a wrong relationship, mismatch kind of partner, but you are dependent. You have become habitual of this. So the best use, friends, of this period is stabilize your routine, nourish your mind, and the sleep discipline is also very important. And yes, if you will end up gaining addiction of any sort in this period, then it becomes very difficult to get rid of that. You picked up smoking, drinking, using drugs, so then it becomes very difficult to get rid of that. Now friends, comes the Rahu and the Mars. Rahu Mahadasha and the Mars Antardasha. So see friends, it has got more to do with where we say competition, courage, conflict, risk. See, the thing is, we say that in some of the classics, where we say that Rahu and the Mars combination has been described where Rahu has been described as an elephant and Mars has been described as the controller, Mahavat, I know the Hindi word, like the person who controls that elephant, who sits on the top of it. I still remember there has been those stories where when the Alexander he came to India, and the very first time he saw the Indian kings who used to have the war elephant, and he was surprised. So I mean to say, yeah, it's Rahu Mars is not that bad, honestly speaking. If the person is ambitious, courageous, disciplined, a lot can be achieved. And especially the act of bravery, display of courage could happen in this period of time. So it's not that bad. So the general theme is of competition, courage, conflict, too much risk is involved, risk taking is involved. The person and his life could be high on testosterone, high drive. The person can win battles and break obstacles. See, the thing is, the pitfall in this period is we say that this could be the anger is one thing, and more than the anger, it's the impulse. The thing is, with Rahu Mars, there is still that slight possibility of acting with vengeance, acting with revenge. Slight possibility, not much, not as bad as other combination, slight flavors of this. So accidents of haste, impulsive choices. So what you can do in the form of the best use of this period is channel that into training, strategy, controlled aggression. And see friends, this is also going to be the Dasha Sandhi as well, right? Because immediate after this, now you are preparing yourself to the most beautiful and fortunate period of Jupiter. So I mean to say, and when you are in the Dasha Sandhi, the planet whose Mahadasha you will begin, that also start the handover. The handover things start happening slowly, gradually. So again, it's not as bad as other Antardasha period could be. So yes friends, the most volatile what we have discussed so far is the sub period is of Ketu Antardasha. This could be the Moon Antardasha, now depending on the chart. And when we talk about the most constructive, so I would say that's my favorite, okay? That's my favorite. So within the Rahu Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha could be good, Mercury Antardasha could be good, and the Jupiter Antardasha could be good, obviously if their lords are strong and well placed. So okay friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic Astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.